RingGangRadio.com. Take over. Last mission. Final boss mode.
Yeah, what's good, yo? Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, where as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. I'm your host for tonight, Pat Scorpion, the New England representative. As always, I got my man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Yo, what it do is RingGangRadio.com in the building. It's boy Go Artist, aka Shutterwork the God. I mean, LB, a lot of Del Boys. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. You know, the dope artist in the house, man. You know, as always, man. Always representing, man. It's that ring gang shit. And I also got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hey, yo, what's good? You already know who this is. Your boy King P. Bodega people. Bodega Box in the building. Ring Gang Radio all day. Let's go.
Yes, sir. You know, King People Dig a P in the house. And as always, man, you know, obviously you're taking a little break from, fighting crime. You're above ground today. No fuckery, no bullshit out in your area.
What? Nah, nigga, I'm in the trenches. The fuck?
Oh, you are in the trenches. Yeah, that's right. You are in the trenches tonight. There we go.
Yeah. I'm in the trenches.
Word. So and as always, man, we do salute you for your service, man.
Somebody gotta fight these motherfuckers out here, these degenerates. And I ain't gonna gas. You ain't gonna see me fucking gas like Jake Paul. I'm gonna keep going.
Yo, absolutely, man. Yo, and then we salute you for your service. Keep my city safe, from all the reprobates and the miscreants out there. So salute for that. And last but certainly not least, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself. Pilot.
Sleepy.
Either that or he had another bathroom break again from eating some bullshit.
Hey, yo, Currency, get over here already.
All right, well, Pilot will pop back up again, because he be above the clouds sometimes in more ways than one. You know what I mean? So, so yeah, man. So yeah, this this podcast. He'll come in and interrupt me randomly. Hey, wait, what's good, everyone? What's good? My bad, Pilot. So yeah, there we go.
I'm just waking up from my 15-hour nap. So did I miss the podcast? There was this Filipino boxer I wanted to talk about.
I heard y'all motherfuckers. Fuck y'all. I'm ready. My volume's high, but I heard to tell him that, but it's justified. Y'all right, but I'm ready. Can y'all hear me from here?
Yeah, we can hear you, Pilot. So yeah, announce yourself, bruh. Announce yourself.
Oh shit, my fault. What's good? What's fire, everybody? It's your boy Conscious Pilot, aka the West Coast Avenger, number one contender. A little late, but we're here. Fly off the jet lag, but you know what it is. Let's get it.
Yes, sir, Pilot. Like I said, he be above the clouds sometimes, though, but he keeps it real, though. So, yeah, man, this podcast is all about that Jake Paul, Tyron Woodley card, man. Happened last night on a Sunday. And first of all, I don't think I'll ever get used to boxing pay-per-views on Sundays. Especially if they're long and there are not a whole lot of fades on that shit. All eyes.
Boxing and wrestling did a switcheroo because the last pay-per-view for wrestling, SummerSlam, was on a Saturday, and we got boxing pay-per-view on a Sunday. What the fuck is up with this shit?
Yeah, I don't know. People need to stop, switching shit around. Like, keep your days, man. Like, things don't have to change that rapidly or that quickly, man. Keep it like on a certain day. But yeah, the eyes of the whole fucking sports world were on this card last night. The shit was buzzing. The shit was trending like crazy on YouTube, Twitter, whatever. Facebook, people were talking about having. It was.
Yeah, it was. Well, I think with Sundays, real quick on that point, I think Logan Paul and Jake Paul, they're young. They have a real younger demographic. So, Sunday. Well, Saturdays, I'm not sure. Maybe the kids can't go to the club, so maybe Sunday just works better, I guess.
I mean, for kids, it doesn't really matter. I mean, Saturdays and Sundays, it's whatever.
I think for adults too, because everybody's gonna be home on a Sunday night. Like you can't do the excuse of, I was at the club or at a party or something.
Yeah, the problem with that is, it's the night before you go back to work. Some motherfuckers wake up, go to sleep early. They can wake up early for work. So
and they were
not coming in at midnight.
And they were definitely milking. I mean, there was a good 10, 15 minutes they could have stopped doing the promotion bullshit and just get on with it. But
Yeah.
It works better if you start at 8 o'clock and the night ends at 12 or 11:30, 11 o'clock.
Right. And because I mean, one thing about this podcast, not the podcast, excuse me, the pay-per-view, is there was a lot of talking in between like the fights like that, and some from those barstool cats, like whatever.
God. Jesus fucking Christ, man.
Yeah, like I don't know what they were trying. I mean, Showtime was trying to do with them, but when I heard they were gonna be on there, I was like, yo, this shit ain't work. Like, it shouldn't be on there. And there was just a whole bunch of dead air and a whole bunch of jokes that did not hit like whatsoever. Like Showtime is still
it was too overproduced.
Yeah, it was. I did like the boy Adrian McKee. Side note, he's a potential star in Bellator. I'm glad he got a look on that though. I mean, that that was smart by them. But yeah, the Barstool shit was just. But you can tell Barstool put some money because if you look at the bottom of the ring,
yeah, it's like Showtime is like, you know what, we don't know what to do. Like we're trying to be hip. We're trying to do what these kids do. Try to get a little edginess in this shit. But it just falls flat.
Card was too long, and it's like the fights weren't as good as advertised.
Right.
That's not their fault, but you gotta make up for it on the production values. Like you gotta move faster. Like the card was slowing down and just.
I think the fight the place
wasn't hitting like that.
The placement to me, there's two things that stuck out. Conwell should have been on it, but it might have been, the shit that happened to Rito's punishment. I'm not sure. That wasn't televised at all, which was kind of trash. But also, I thought Serrano was gonna get that girl out of there. We'll talk about that a little later. But I think maybe the Love Baranchik was the co-main. Obviously, I think that might have been a better bet.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, yeah, it was easily a fight of the night. Just to talk about the undercard. Because Conwell should have been on the televised part. Like, it would have been nothing more than a plus to have him on there. I mean, the motherfucker is from the area. He's from Cleveland. Like, why not put him on there? Like, he should have been on there televised. So at least the people that were there live, they got to treat them. Because, starting that shit off with Tommy Fury and Jobber, and MMA Jobber. Now, this is what I'm talking about. I mean, obviously, when someone from UK is coming over to America, this is what they have to make an impression. Tommy Fury is already, he's already suspect boxing wise. Like his skills, like he's clearly not. He's not Tyson Fury's level. Hell, he's not Huey Fury's level either. You know what I mean? So you come to America.
He's scraped from the bottom of the barrel for his opponents.
Hell
yeah, that was a mash.
Yeah, that was supposed to be a knock because that was an audition. Yeah, that was his fucking audition. Because like you're talking all this shit to Jake Paul. You want to make this whole card with the Fury family. Then you go out there and you go the distance with a Jobber who you don't even hurt significantly in 4 rounds. And it was a whole bunch of missing. Like both the Jobber and Fury were missing punches like crazy. Like, are you serious?
But I put it more. The onus is more on Fury because he's the guy who's marketed as the A side. He's had 6 fights. The other guy just had 1 fight. Yeah, like Fury. Honestly, look, Fury was supposed to get him out of there in the 3rd or the 4th round.
Look at the first. That guy was. That dude just stick to.
Was the drizzling shits. Like, how did you not get him out of there early?
Yeah, that boy. Yeah, Fury needs to stick to not boxing. Do your fucking reality show and just get the bag the other way because this ain't.
There's no way Jake Paul will fight that nigga for nothing.
No, I mean Jake Paul.
You don't have enough momentum. He didn't incite nobody.
I would favor Jake Paul, but he shit the bed. He don't deserve that fight.
Yeah, no, Tommy Fury. I'm just like, nah. Like, I was like, this dude ain't like this dude shouldn't even be on TV for real. Like, he needs to be on them dark matches, trying to build some sort of skill. Because when you get a jobber who hasn't won a fucking fight and you're going the distance and you didn't even thrash him, like, nah, that ain't it.
Let's be honest. If this nigga was not Tyson Fury's brother, he would have never made a pay-per-view in his life.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
exactly. And I mean, he does have pause, but he does have the girls love him. So you know, I mean, that's one for him too.
Well, that too, and then like I said, the one thing that Jake Paul has been doing is like, okay, you know, every card he tries to build on who he can fight next, and that's why Tommy Fury got a spot on the damn card. So, and then he didn't impress. Like, no one wants to see this motherfucker. Like, then like, people, the audience was booing ASAP because they were like, yeah, what is this bullshit? Like, get this nigga out of here. And he was making excuses. I'm like, no, like. You got the jobbiest of jobbers. Like, what the fuck is you doing? Like, knock him out.
He's the only one who really had a showcase fight there. Because even Dubois' opponent was at least a puncher.
Yeah, I'm saying though, when Dubois got
he was supposed to look the best out of everybody, and he looked the worst.
If Fury's partner, a guy was the guy he faced, if it was actually his size or close to it, would you give him a little more slack? Because that dude's 5'6". He should have got him out.
That's what made it even worse.
Yeah.
Like, you know, a 5'6" cruiserweight. Like, I mean, he's not Dwight Muhammad Kawi out there, nigga. Like, you know, that's what I'm saying. It's like, what the fuck are you doing going the distance? You know, like, yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. Like, the way dude fought, like, I felt like any of us could have got him out of there. Like, that's how.
Right?
Like, yeah, you know? I felt like, I honestly was like, damn, man. Like, this is the guy that's damn starting off a pay-per-view card. Like, this is what we're watching. Like, I don't know. This don't look right.
Yeah, put the Commonwealth fight. You should put the Commonwealth fight to start it, and then get that Fury fight.
Yeah, Fury should have been on the dark match at least, though. Like, so no one's been able to see it. But you know, pretty much like Tommy Fury failed his audition. So yeah, I don't even want to see him. I don't even want to see him on TV. Like, not for a long while. If he wants to continue,
he should be sparking. That level of obs, he should be sparking the fuck out. Like, he wasted like he wasted the Fury name. He wasted the model looks he has. He wasted the opportunity. He just wasted everything on that card right there. Like,
absolutely, yeah.
Straight lateral movement. He
No, but luckily though, in the next fight though, well, you know, whereas that fight was just absolute drizzling shits. The second fight, however, was clearly the fight of the night. And, you know, and it was also sad, too. You know, we're talking about Ivan Baranchyk and Montana Love. That fight was point. You know, it was a hell of a fight. But one thing two things. I mean, first of all, I thought Montana Love was kind of playing with his food a little bit too much in this fight.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was being too cute. And, you know, and like, this is Ivan Baranchyk, like, dude. And there was at least 3 times where Baranchyk, like, dropped his ass to the point where, you know, you were thinking that, you know, Baranchyk could have at least got him out of there or at least scored a knockdown because dude kept on playing.
Like, the fight changed at any moment them times.
Yeah. You know, but one thing also, too, with that fight, as much as he was doing that, it seemed like Baranchyk didn't learn a goddamn thing from the Zepeda fight. And, like,
I don't think neither of those fighters learned anything from that fight.
Well, I think Montana. I think that was a good barometer for Love. I mean, I think you know, if you look at Love's record before that, he was fighting a bunch of cans. So, and with Baranchyk,
I mean, he did fight Kenneth Sims, who is coming off his career victory off of what's his name? No, I can't remember his name. No, I'm like,
No, I feel you. I'm just saying that Baranchyk fights one way. We'll obviously I think we'll do.
What was that?
You talking about Elvis Rodriguez?
Yeah, I was thinking, but I didn't want to. I was thinking it was Elvis. Yeah, he beat him. Well, yeah. I mean, that's pretty good. Then I mean, you know, well, I think Barancyk's a better win than.
Yeah, no, Barancyk's clearly a better fucking win, you know, but it's just sad too because Baranchyk, you know, he kept on Baranchyk just kept on loading up shots. Like, first of all, I mean, his stamina must be absolutely incredible for him because he wasn't tired from loading up all those damn shots. You know, like, I mean, dude was just whipping like roof. Like, I mean, it was like, god damn, like, you putting everything into his shots. You know, but the one thing though, his punch resistance is shit. Like, I mean,
both both him and Cepeda basically just left it all in the ring when they fought, and that literally and figuratively.
Yeah, literally up exactly. And I mean, it's sad, but that's boxing sometimes. But I think Barincek definitely should consider,
retirement. Yeah, Barincek, because either because I don't even think a switching trainers will actually do anything for that guy anymore. Like, because even
he's done.
Yeah, even before like the knockdown and the stoppage in the corner, like dude's face was getting all swelled up and shit like that. He was eating uppercuts. He was eating clean uppercuts at that. Dude is finished. Like
he was the favorite. Yeah, this was the wrong type of fight to bring him back against. Like he needed a soft touch, like Hank Lundy was for Cepeda.
Yeah,
that's how we really knew Cepeda was bad. Love, everybody was saying like Love was an upset.
Yeah, exactly. And Barincek,
that was the most interesting fight on the card.
That was a dope fight.
That was the fight.
That's the one we all look forward to. Like, okay, like I know shit. I know I put something on Love for the upset shit.
Mm-hmm.
Was Barincek a high favorite or just slightly? Was he like a pretty big favorite on the odds?
Nah, he was a slight favorite, but he was still a favorite.
True. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
But the best odds were for Love by decision and Love by KO. I put some on both.
Nice.
But the decision was the better odds.
Yeah, I can see that. I think because I was matchmaking. I'm always matchmaking my mind. I was thinking, fucking maybe Barincek wins this and maybe a Tank fight just as a busy fight for Tank or something. But obviously that's not going to be the case. And I don't think Love's ready for any of those guys at 140.
No, Love still needs.
He made a splash. Like you might say he top 10 now or something.
He's
a contender, no doubt.
He's somewhere in there. Somewhere there.
Yeah, like they were talking crazy. Like put him in with Tank, put him in with Matias, put him in with 140 Gary Russ. I'm like,
not right now. Maybe in a fight or two, but yeah, let's.
The
obvious real matchmaking thing. It's have him run it back with Kenneth Sim. Like
that was a dope fight. So it's like, do that, and
that's
should be
super
great.
obvious.
Yeah,
hold on, that's a good fight for Prograde too.
Yeah,
I think Prograde just wants the big fights. Prograde don't want. Feels like Prograde is fishing for those big fights.
But you can't say that. What big fights has this man been having?
Yeah, that Josh Taylor fight wasn't. No, but yeah, that's a good. Are you talking about?
After this, he should be getting. He was supposed to get Mikey before Mikey pulled a Mikey, and
Love just. You could say Love has a bigger win than Prograde has.
I don't know about all that.
Nah, not yet. No.
You could argue it. Look how y'all niggas are sounding. Think about it.
Prograde
dude just.
Prograde had 2 belts. I mean, I can't just say that. I don't know. I'm sorry.
I mean, Prograde has
I'm talking
wins
about
over.
the opponent.
And Prograde has better wins, and I mean, knocking out. He has wins.
Like Love has the better win now, man. This is a sport of what have you done for me lately.
And Dong, I think
but he has a good win over a guy that's basically done.
Yeah, but I'm saying Dongo.
We didn't know Barincek was done.
Well, now it's obvious we know that he's done.
Now we know he's done.
But I'm saying, remember, Love still had to fucking perform the fight, man. Like, y'all gonna overrate it or underrate the win? Like, which one is it? Like,
win, I can't.
No, it's a good win.
All I'm saying, I'm not gonna say to act like Prograde is looking for a bigger fight when he hasn't been giving us any type of fights lately, and Love just got one of the biggest wins of his career. Like this is a great fight for Prograde. Like, what the fuck?
It would be. But I mean, if you watch Prograde, all his interviews, he always wants that Broner Tank fight. He's a belt or whatever. So he don't. I mean, he thinks he's on the level of.
Khan wanted Mayweather to Pacquiao too, and did he ever get that shit?
But I'm saying he's on the level of. He thinks he's on the level of a Keith and those guys were like, I'm not looking at these young cats anymore. I just think that's his mentality. He wants that big fight.
He thinks he's on that level.
I'm not saying he is,
but he's not really. That's why he keeps calling them out. still need to clean up some people before he could be on their level.
Nah, I agree with
Love,
that.
I think it's a great fight for that.
Yeah,
Beat Love and then call him Broner.
That'd be a dope fight. That'd be a dope Showtime main event or something.
The value of Broner isn't shit these days anymore. So it's like, why even?
Exactly.
Because Broner gets one.
So to call him out directly is like, come on.
He's been calling out Broner and
That's
Tank
why-
for the past couple weeks.
Now Tank looking more realistic because of the Barrios win, but even then, like Tank still got bigger options.
Yeah, Tank's one of the money men, especially at that. I mean, anywhere under 147. I mean, hell, even at what? Maybe
I'm not trying
potentially
to shit on Prograde. Yeah, like Tank the dude. Like I'm not trying to shit on Prograde, but I'm not just trying to dismiss like a Love fight is underneath him. Like hell no, that's a good ass fucking fight. At one
No,
point.
I agree with that, but I think Prograve's mindset is he's not going to try it. I mean, I think
yeah,
he
of
beat
course
him.
he going to say.
I mean, it's either that or the money has to be. I mean, it's either that or the money has to be make sense. I mean, because he did fight Red Cash on Triller, and Triller probably paid him a good amount of money for it. And I don't think Showtime or PBC is gonna pay him a lot to face Montana Love. I already know. Like Prograde, he moves kind of weird.
He does. Isn't he on PBC
Red
technically,
Cash
or is he not? Is he not?
No,
Like trash.
He's a promotional free agent.
He's one of those free agents like kind of like Mikey. Okay.
yeah. So
There's
basically,
rumors of him and Hooker, both going to PBC, but maybe just one of those free birds.
yeah, no, he was. Yeah, I mean, I don't even want to bring up the whole Hooker because the whole Hooker thing, the fight with Hooker was, that shit, it was upsetting.
It was stupid. That was dumb.
But Montana Love though, he definitely, because I mean he was definitely one of the big winners that night, and hopefully we do see him back, at least one more time by the end of the year, because
And don't scare us so much because he kept getting rocked, and I'm like, damn, nigga.
Yeah, because I was thinking to myself, like, he's about to be put into a meme, or he's about to be uppercut season shit, and we're gonna have to put him on our TikTok again, like, you know what I'm saying? But
For real, like.
So what do y'all think of Love? I mean, at 140, y'all think Love got a nice quote unquote future at 140? You think he's gonna be a player?
he can be, like, I mean, we just have to see more from him. But I mean, hey, a Belichick win is a good way to get your foot in the door, for people, in terms of, like, say how far you can go 140. Because, like I said, not a lot of people that say that they bodied, a former champion, world champion there. So, I mean, good for him. But then after that, though, the pay-per-view kind of took a little bit of. I mean, I'll say this: Dubois did what he was supposed to do. So I'm not gonna shit on him. Like,
I can't really shit on his performance.
yeah, I can't either, because I mean, other than one right hand he took from dude, like he basically got rid of him. 3 knockdowns in the first round, brutally. The crowd was into it.
That was huge.
Can't shit on him for that though. Now the
That's
Serrano
what we
fight.
thought Fury was gonna do.
Well, I always but I felt like on one side it was a good look for him. I was shocked he got that ovation he did, but how does that really make him better?
Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to, because I mean, they need, like, he's a UK fighter. He's never fought in America before. I mean, he's clearly a player, and America obviously. I mean, although Americans want American heavyweights, they want to see a heavyweight. You know what I mean? So it's like, so he's there, and okay, the American audience.
You're more guaranteed to get a KO too.
Yeah. So pretty
Remember
much
the Tommy Fury, we're like, hit or miss.
yeah. Whereas Dubois is like, okay, the American people who will fall American heavyweights. Okay, yeah, man, what will he do against Ortiz? What will he do against Wilder? Shit like that. And that's what it was all about. The exposure. So that was a good look for him to get rid of Duke quickly. So yeah, I can't say that was a low point. That was a high. I mean, it kept the energy. The Serrano fight.
Yeah. So there's 2 checks. There's 2 checks off so far, right? Like out of the card, right? 2 checks.
Yeah.
We all could agree on that, right? Like okay.
Overall.
Yeah, like both of those fights did what they were supposed to do. Like they delivered. What I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. In the main event, we'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah, but obviously having Serrano and Mercado in the main event, for because there was belts on the line. Now, I mean, obviously, just the way they were talking Serrano up, you know, this we're all expecting. I know LB, you were expecting too, like, you know, Serrano to stop old girl, like. But I guess, you know, sometimes it's just the tough. I guess sometimes, I mean, I can't really fault Serrano all that much because Mercado was just too tough. She was tough for her own good because she took a good beating. You know what I mean? She took a body. She was taking body. Her ribs must be sore.
She's a true Mexican warrior. Yeah, she fought. And I don't know. And the fucking Serrano's fucking coach, man. He was
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know. Her coach was on one. Like, I mean, her coach gives me those, you know, like those vibes. Like, dude might be legit off in the head. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of outside
that
of
whole interview at the end was a bit much, yo. Like, he kind of ruined. He kind of ruined the vibe that.
It was too much, and I was like, "Yo, damn!" Like it was a good, hard fought fight. You didn't need to, you know, do all that, be all extra and shit. You know, try to be all in the videos and shit, nigga. Like, fall back.
Puerto Rican Goldberg was bugging out.
To be disrespectful. Yeah.
Puerto Rican.
Like, dude, sit your ass down, nigga. Like,
yeah, for real, though. But hey, I mean, I know there were.
I almost feel like Serrano could have put the punches together a little better, though. Like, I don't know, like. I really felt like a knockout could have happened, but I don't think we never really got that sustained. It's like she was boxing with her a lot.
Yeah,
but the chick was tough. Like,
she was tough. Serrano got power, but I mean, it's more pity.
Yeah,
was eating everything. Like, even I don't know, but the body shots were breaking her down at the end.
Yeah, the body shots.
She had the body.
Like, I feel like if those were 3-minute rounds, she would have been out of there. But that 2-minute round bullshit, them niggas didn't even start fighting till 30 seconds left. And I'm like, yo.
That's what it was. It's like she couldn't get the groove until like a good minute into the round. So it didn't seem like she was giving her like sustained punishment like that.
Cause I had money on it not going. I had money on it ended early. So when that shit reached the distance, I was like, yo, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I was surprised in the distance.
Yeah. But halfway through the fight, I was like, yeah, this Mexican chick is too tough for her own good. Her corner should have thought about maybe throwing the towel in late, but whatever.
No, I feel like she wasn't about to, like, she wasn't really done until like 30 seconds left. So they was like, you know what, fuck it, she's almost there. Cause 30 seconds left, you could tell it looked like she was about to like collapse.
Yeah. She took a huge beating though, but like I said, man, that's why I can't fault her.
Should have been 12 rounds.
Yeah, it should have been. Like I said, yeah, because 2 minutes. I mean, that's
you're gonna be 2-minute rounds. Have it 12 rounds at least.
Right. Yeah.
Let them fight them extra 4 minutes. Fuck that.
I mean, although that's a Serrano still has a good KO record. I mean, shit, that was the whole talking point. Her trying to surpass the KO record for Christy Martin. That's what
she's 2 away, right? Don't you 2 away?
Yeah, she's 2 away from that, and it was just like she didn't score the knockout, so it's just like, well, next time.
It was kind of not a bad look, but I mean, I thought she'd get her out of there. Woman for woman boxing and shit, but I think the crowd didn't want to boo.
The crowd
thought about it.
Yeah, I think the crowd kind
of putting enough hands on it.
Yeah, she was putting leather.
I wouldn't have booed it.
Yeah,
the Tommy Fury fight, the only fight that needed to be booed.
Yeah, facts. Yeah. You know, that is, of course, until the main event. You know, where of course the main event, with Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley, and then of course everyone, you saw them with the furs. And the one thing I gotta say is, like, for people, if you're gonna be rapping, walking to the ring, like, just record the fucking track, the backing track for that shit, and fucking like lip sync or do some shit like that, because some of these niggas it's like some of these niggas just don't know, like, can't be doing that live, like what? Yeah, that shit was weak. I was like, yeah, damn. Like, when's the last time a rapper actually walked the nigga to the ring and actually killed that shit? I mean, that's probably like. I think it's probably like, Nelly with Corey Spinks at the Zab Judah rematch. That's probably the last time I seen a rapper kill that shit.
Corey was there too.
Yeah, too.
I be feeling like his song selection, like these niggas picked like the worst song out of the niggas catalog.
I think that was OT. That was a Tyron song too. I think
that was his own song.
Yeah, that was Tyron song. I think OT was just OT was faded out of his mind. He was probably drunk and fucked up. So.
Yeah, I was like, dude, like, why are you fucking muttering? Like, he was. I was like, why the fuck are you muttering? You got a mic, yo. What the fuck is your problem? Yeah, I was like, yo, you get Rome in that shit. Rome would made that shit hype. You know what I'm saying?
Well, shit, I would have had the nigga rap some shit, but walking down, like you couldn't even tell who the fuck it was. It was like some nigga jumped out the crowd. It was like, oh shit, I'm walking.
Yeah, it was like, you know, the shit was weak. Like, you know, it's like these cats gotta get better. Like, if you have a stage like that, you know, yo, like, just record the track and have that shit booming, and just, you know, and just do ad-libs and shit like that. Like, you know,
I'm not gonna count though. I fucked with his walkout road. I fucked with that. Like,
yeah,
that shit looked fresh. It looked fresh. It looked way better than Jake Paul shit.
Yeah, Jake Paul, you know, took it back to the whole fucking LCD shit around on his waistband or whatever for his trunks. And I'm just like,
that shit was crazy, though.
Yeah, I was like, yo, that extra much? I was like, geez. You know what I'm saying? You know, and of course the crowd was just like anticipating that shit. You know, and they all there, they're doing their thing. And then the bell rings, and immediately I slapped my hand to my face because seeing Woodley. Fucking Woodley stand. I was like, God damn, yo, why is this nigga stand so fucking wide? Like, you're not trying to stop. You're not trying to stop a fucking takedown, my nigga. What the fuck is you doing?
Yeah, you got that damn MMA stand.
Yeah, right off the bat, it got better as the time went on. But I could tell whenever he landed something big, he would it's like by nature he would just try to like clinch and try to think to put him down. It's just like second nature for him.
It's like this nigga kept moving lateral. He kept going straight forward, straight back, straight left, straight right, and his steps was wide as fuck. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, and I was just trying to like, why? It's like, just seeing that, I'm like thinking to myself, oh my god, Jake Paul's gonna knock this dude out.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna get knocked out just by the way he was standing. I'm like, yo,
he didn't even look comfortable.
No, it didn't.
Jake Paul was breaking his guard so easy in the first round, so I'm like, yo, he's not even holding this nigga's power early, so it's gonna go. Like, Jake Paul's gonna knock this nigga out. Honestly, that's what I thought.
At first, right? At first, that's what we thought, but
yeah, I mean, I was surprised that he got out the first round. I was like, oh, okay, well, you know, at least it's good. I mean, well, if it's not the first round, then I get him in the second round. Then he gets out of the second round. I'm like, wait a minute, what the fuck is going on? Like, and then after that,
the third round.
Yeah, he gets out of the third round, and then all of a sudden you see Jake starting to labor and shit. I'm like, oh fuck.
He's getting tired. I knew it immediately. I'm like, he's starting to get tired. And that's what we were wondering. Like,
he wasn't even throwing that much.
Hell yeah, but
yeah.
But it's like, you know, when you're only going if you've only gone 2 rounds or whatever, you know, eventually, you know, it's good. I mean, your stamina's gonna get tested. And then
he was getting walked down the whole fight. Of course, he was gonna get tired. He was getting walked down. He was throwing, and he wasn't trying to not throw punches to keep his stamina up, right?
Yeah. What he was doing because
every punch he threw gassed him. Every punch he threw gassed him. That's why he wasn't even throwing that much towards the end, because he's like, fuck, yo, I'm about to die.
Yeah. Yeah, and on top of that, this motherfucker was also like, I mean, he was moving a lot too. It was like, he's like, people don't pay to watch you, like, to watch you move, bro. Like, you gotta put hands on this nigga, man. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I didn't. I'm not watching. I'm here to watch Jake Paul knock out an MMA fighter, not go patty cake with an MMA fight.
Yeah, no. Yeah, and then and
what's his Jake Rigondeaux?
Jake Rigondeaux.
Someone called him Tyron Groner. I saw Tyron Groner out there on Twitter.
Yeah, Tyron. Yeah. That thing, and that's another too. Like Woodley, people are talking about. People were talking about, this shit is fixed and shit. I was like, have you seen? I was like, people clearly have not seen Tyron Woodley fight before. You know, he gets in his head all the time. Like he eats, like he did eat. Because I know Woodley did eat a shot early from Jake Paul that kind of had him like, ooh, wait a minute, this nigga just hit me, and it kind of hurt. And then once he does that, he goes into his head and he doesn't throw punches. You know,
if you watch his last 5-6 UFC fights, you can see why. And even in the post-fight conference when Woodley was talking about it, he kind of didn't say it outright, but he inferred why he couldn't his last fight again. In his last fight, I think it was against Luque, his last UFC fight. He actually said Luque's name, and he mentioned it when he got knocked out after he punched him. So kind of makes sense.
But he did have a highlight though in the fourth round though. He did land a nice shot on Jake Paul that had Jake Paul doing the fucking limbo in between the first and the second ropes and shit like that.
The ropes held him up. That should have been a knockdown.
Hell yeah, that should have we should have given him a 8 for that. But I guess
take me back to the Margarito Sergio Martinez knockdown. he put Sergio in between the ropes and he kind of dribbled him into the ropes.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I was just like, yo, why did the referee clearly just like, yo, like count him, like dude was leaning, like dude was on a straight lean in between those ropes, like count him, like he would have went down if it wasn't for the ropes, but they give him the
we probably got a different fight. Jake Paul would have probably been trying harder to knock dude out, like. You never know sometimes, man. Officiating could really change the game sometimes.
Yep, but then Woodley though, like I said, he got into his head. He didn't. I mean, he walked him down successfully. Like, dude gassed him just by walking him down.
Throw the punches.
Yeah, he wasn't throwing no punches. And then Jake was doing, one thing when Jake gassed, his punches lost steam quick. Like,
he didn't have any power behind those punches after the fifth round.
Yeah, his he was throwing these weak offensive combos, like not even committing to them like he was supposed to. Like, it was kind of pathetic. I was like, yo, this guy
like
can't.
He was trying like he threw a left hook and then moved like straight backwards. I'm like, what the fuck was that? Like he just did it, bounced off his head and just moved. I'm like, come on, like commit to it. If you're gonna throw it, commit to that.
Yeah, dude can't throw 2 punches at a time. Like he's a shitty combination puncher. That we found out. Like not even a jab and right hand. Like it's just strictly he was trying to land one shot. Like anywhere.
That stamina exposes us all though. Like that's when you're gonna see everybody at their weakest. Like you're gonna see how good is your technique when somebody's tired or winded or gassed. And what we saw in Jake Paul, just you see why he's being matched the way he's being matched.
Oh, of course, absolutely.
Exactly. We did find out he got a little bit hard in him. I mean, he after like a round and a half, 2 rounds after that, like I was thinking, damn, he's not gonna get a second win. Which he never really got a second win, but it only went I mean, he obviously recovered enough to win. Still hold on to the fight, which I think.
Well, he won because Tyron Woodley wasn't doing shit. That's the problem.
Yeah, he wasn't doing anything.
Did y'all see the face-to-face?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
So, see, do you really? I believe Jake Paul's taking a PED.
This fight. I mean, you can look PEDs and look a little flabby. This fight didn't look. The last couple of fights before, he definitely looked like he was juiced to the gills. But this one, he looked a little flabby. But
the way he looked. I don't know if you seen if the face off when
the way he responded. Yeah, he was definitely looking a little
sure.
Yeah, he was
like he's seen the ghost. Yeah. He was like, he was like, who the fuck told him? Because I only told my brother. And
shout out to Aaron Hawani getting that Showtime bag. He did a good job.
But I think he's on some shit.
Yeah, I mean, both him and his brother are on some shit. Like, I mean, because they're already talking like, oh yeah, Jake Paul and Woodley, they're not gonna get their drug testing until after the fight and shit. Like, I was like, yo, aren't they supposed to be drug testing before this fight?
No, they drug tested it before because the report came.
That's what they say, but I don't know. But shout out to Rusty Taylor. One guy was totally gassed the last half of the fight, and the other guy had no idea how to throw.
Yeah, and that was the thing. Yeah, Woodley in MMA, he was a decent striker, but being able to strike and being able to box are 2 separate things. I think people just don't understand how different they are. Because Woodley couldn't set up his offense, didn't have a jab. Barely jabbing, and like you think that
his whole game plan was just to hit him with the overhand right. Like he was just trying to expand that overhand right, and it wasn't working.
Honestly, if Woodley was a better striker, he could have easily won that fight because all he was doing was throwing like maybe 1 or 2 right hand combos, and it's like, yo, nigga, the left would have ended it if he was throwing his left. Like how a boxer would throw
like
the
a hook, like a left hook could have got it.
a left hook to the body, a little, a check or something. But that jab is not gonna end it, man. This nigga needed to do something else.
Couldn't cut off the ring.
But the jab would have set up the right hand though.
Like he walked him down. He did the basics. It's just like he just walked him down just to walk him down. He didn't throw punches.
Which is funny because that was enough to give a guy like Casemiro the fight the week before, but now it's funny to hear that energy different.
Yeah, no, it's just stupid. Like, I mean, hell, even if Woodley went all Tim Bradley on this nigga, man, it should would have been something. Get close and start flailing your arms. You have scored. You know what I'm saying? And Jake Paul obviously probably would have still wouldn't be able to take them shots. You know
he tried to do some quasi fucking Sean Porter, Tim Bradley shit, but didn't really work.
Right. I'm not gonna lie. Even though Woodley took more shots, he controlled the whole fight.
He really didn't, though.
He controlled the fight.
He did.
I agree. Paul could have used the jab more to control, but he kind of used it somewhat, but the swarming, the pressure was too much. But yeah,
he just followed him around the ring. Like,
Paul was against the ropes in the corner, and he was running. Paul was really running towards when he started getting tired. At the end, okay, he lost the first 3 rounds clearly.
Yeah, of course.
He lost the first 3 rounds. Every round after that was really debatable.
So you're saying Woodley won? Rum?
I'm saying the split decision was right, but Jake Paul won.
Okay.
I don't think Woodley won at all.
But the split decision.
I agree. I don't mind the athlete.
I can easily see somebody giving him the fight because let's say you didn't see the first 2 rounds and you just stopped in from round 3 to 8. You'll be like, yo, Woodley's manhandling this nigga. He knocked him through the ropes, everything. Had Jake Paul on the back foot, running. He was running.
That's really just a Josito Lopez Thurman.
Even in round 8, he was running in circles so that because he thought, okay, maybe if this nigga wins this round, he might end up getting, a judge or 2. So let me just
hold on. LB, did you just say that was Josito Thurman?
That's basically like that's the part that everybody remembers, but it was just a small part of the fight. Like other than that, it was like he was losing. Like
it was kind of a shitty version of Castano Charlo because like how Charlo don't know how to when he gets Charlo can't fight off the back foot. Clearly, Jake Paul doesn't know how either.
Yeah, and then clearly just like. Woodley can't cut the ring off on anybody. I mean, on top of like not really being able to box like that. So
he was there in all the right spots. You want to see him punch. It just
this was a less shittier version of Casemiro Rigo. Fuck out of
here. And that's also sad to say too. But you're right. I mean, at least they did land on each other. Like you can clearly say that they land on each other. But it's just unfortunate because it was such a high profile fight. And then both of them got exposed for just having, Jake Paul rudimentary boxing ability at best, and Woodley not having any real boxing.
But I mean, we knew that Jake Paul was pretty rudimentary, even though he was like it was obvious. I give him some props because he did do some good things, but like he can't fight anybody that's gonna fight with him. If it's a back and forth fight, he doesn't have the endurance or the durability to keep up with that. So
I was telling somebody yesterday, if he ever chooses to fight a boxer, even if it's an old school, even if he ask Bernard Hopkins, yo nigga, what's up?
No.
There are UFC fighters. There are UFC fighters that could like Masvidal could probably beat Jake Paul.
Like, will never fight a boxer because it will be a wrap after that.
How about Tommy Fury? Tommy Fury, Bro, what do you think, bro? Tommy Fury versus Jake Paul. Who would you pick?
Neither.
Yeah.
Who?
Silva.
I would take Tommy Fury.
You think Fury would win?
Yeah.
I think
most
definitely.
Most definitely. And that would be his most dangerous fight.
I mean, this will probably make a good. This is
It's
probably
a logical next step, though.
Even though Tommy Fury ain't skilled like that, he's way more skilled of a boxer than fucking Jake Paul is.
and this is probably a good